In this video, I'm going to introduce you to AI automation. This is for developers and non-developers both. So there are several use cases for these automations, be it your tech career, maybe your side project, or maybe your some business or startup, whatever. Later we will build on top of all this to create AI agents and AI systems to solve real world problems. By the end of this video, you will have a really good idea of what's possible with these tools, and would be able to create your own simple automations for your daily usage. And if you are real creative, you can solve real world problems. You might even be able to sell your automations in marketplaces like Gumroad. So there are several marketplaces, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. I do not sell you dreams. AI marketplace is full of these automations and these templates, and people are selling here and there. Unless you solve a very specific problem to a very specific business use case, you won't be selling anything. Ever notice how internet doesn't feel as free as it used to be? You try to open a site, blocked. You browse, every move is tracked on the website. Your cookies, your history, your transactions, and managing multiple accounts, forget about it. That's not gonna happen. You'll get flagged as quickly as possible. That's where things start to get frustrating. And there's a solution, a smarter way. Meet GoLogin, the ultimate anti-detect browser that basically gives you full control over your online identity. You can open sites that were blocked before. Websites can't track my activity anymore. Managing multiple accounts is super easy. No bans, no constant logins. And when I work with my team or freelancers, we can share accounts safely without giving out passwords. Plus, they throw in 2 GB of free residential proxies, which makes connections fast and secure anywhere in the world. If you want that kind of privacy, security, and online freedom, I would say give GoLogin a try. You can test it out for free. Just click the link in my description. But first, let me clear your confusion around these buzzwords: AI automation, AI agent, AI systems. So these are just thrown around with interchangeable meanings. So first we have automation. This has nothing to do with AI. It's a simple workflow. It's basically if this A happens, then do this B, and then if B happens, then do this C. So this is simply everywhere, and this has been with us from decades ago. An example is you can get a user to sign up on a website, get the form data, save the data, send email for confirmation from the user, and when the email is confirmed, you can give user the access to your website. So this is a simple workflow, simple automation that has nothing to do with AI. The second is AI automation. So this is basically adding AI to the process of automation that we did earlier. But what does AI do now? For now, ChatGPT and other tools like Gemini, they generate text, right? They analyze text and they generate text. So you can think of it as generating code or analyzing code for developers. An example is when user comments or a review or leave some review on your website, you save the data and analyze the AI to maybe check the sentiment of the comment or review, and maybe get some analysis on it. And if it's bad, then you can even delete the comment, or then spam, or you can check for spam comments. And this is like adding the same AI tools in that process of automation. After that, we have our AI agents. These are different than AI automations in the sense that it's not a process but a tool. AI agent is a tool, not the process or the workflow, right? They have their own memory and they can retain the previous info to use it later on. In automations, we had step-by-step hierarchy. Now with agents, we do not have steps. The next step is non-deterministic, and AI agent gets to decide for itself what it wants to use. So let's say we have an AI agent and we do not tell it to use a specific tool. We just give it some options and then it selects itself to solve the certain problem. Let's say you have an agent that handles user chat requests. So user asks to book a meeting. Then your tool can book a meeting using Google Calendar. Right? Maybe user asks for his previous transactions on your website. So you give him the transactions, the AI agent will send a query to database and fetch the transactions. Maybe user asks for PDF. So the AI agent will use the email service of your website and then send the PDF of your transactions to his email. And this is not controlled by us. This we just give the LLMs the options and they choose for themselves. So the line are sort of blurred between automations and AI agents. In real world, you want to integrate the agent inside an automation workflow. So this is how you get real world results. So finally, at last, we have our AI systems. This is collection of AI automations. So a single website may perform various tasks with AI, and all of the flows are somehow interconnected. Keep in mind, interconnected, not just connected. as they could start and end from one node to another, and then they could be forming a graph, like a network of automations. So now that we are done with terminology, we can move to the real tool that we will be using. It's called N8N. You might have heard of it. This series will be revolving around N8N for automation. So let's say you can think of N8N as a Lego set for automating tasks. Instead of writing long code to connect apps together, you drag and drop the nodes that represent actions. So each node is like a step. Get data from Google Sheets, send it to Slack, post it on Twitter. You connect these nodes in a workflow that runs automatically, and it's very easy. Even for non-developers, you can learn it in just an hour or two, how to make simple automations for your business analysis or report. Imagine you want an email when you get the new Gmail account attached to your Google Drive, and then it sends you a Slack notification. In N8N, you would create a workflow like this. Trigger node, we'll have a trigger node that is from Gmail, so it will check when the new email is received on your account, right? After that, we'll have an action node, Google Drive, that will have the save attachment or optionality, right? And then the other action node will be Slack, which will be used to send message to the message with the file link. That's it. So you receive a Gmail, check it on the drive, send it to Slack. Once it's set up, it runs on its own whenever you will get a new email. This is a simple example. Also, one of the other advantage for N8N is that it's open source. You can self-host it. No vendor lock-in, unlike other tools. It's very flexible. You can add conditions, loops, even run code snippets in JavaScript for it. And you have a huge integration list which works maybe 300 plus apps and APIs. And it's very cost effective if you host it yourself. For monthly, it's like $25. You have a 14-day trial, I guess, but later on we'll check how to host it yourself. So it's very cost effective, but that comes later. For beginners, I would recommend you go with the account. And it's also non-developer friendly. So non-developer people, maybe product managers, maybe people in business analysis, they can get a bit of code and just drag and drop the nodes to get their automations working. Also, you have several use cases for it, like auto posting, blog updates to your social media. You can collect form submissions from your audience and then store them in a database, then monitor the sentiment of those submissions, maybe do some research on it, monitor stock prices daily on trigger prices, and sending alerts to your phone, creating your own AI workflows, maybe send a prompt to GPT, process the output, email results. So for the practical purpose, let's create your first workflow right now. And it's so easy to follow. You just have to sign up for ChatGPT and then connect it with your N8N account. We just have to connect nodes. All API integrations are already taken care of. In your app, if you created your own app with JavaScript, Python, whatever, you would have to integrate all these tools yourself. Get the API keys, then connect to ChatGPT, connect to your Gmail account, connect to your Slack. But with N8N, it's just so easy to work with. You don't have to code that much. You just give them the account, password, your API keys, and it will set up all those nodes and all the code API integrations itself. And you just drag and drop your blocks and just use the template. You can even use pre-built templates. There are several on the marketplace. The complex ones are expensive, but for most common purposes, all of them are free, and you can even start it in just an hour and see its actual usage in the real world. So let's get started with N8N. For beginners, I would suggest that you go with their plans instead of self-hosting your own server. These are the plans: 20 euros, 50 euros. This is actually pretty good, but also you get the free trial for 7 days. Now your dashboard will look like this after signing up. It will look empty for now, and you can create your workflow from the stop button. For now, we are going to create a user flow that a user will submit a form about his information, and then we'll have GPT compare that information for a given job posting, and then we will store that information and the analysis given by GPT into a Google Sheet. So this is a simple automation that will help you get started. In this workflow, we have two types of nodes: triggers and actions. These are triggers. They trigger manually, so you just click it in the dashboard and the trigger and the node will start running. You can schedule, you can get some webhooks, you can give custom APIs, or you can even have one workflow actually trigger the other workflow. So this will be used in AI systems when there are multiple workflows connected together. So let's go with OM form submission, and this is your form. Your form will be hosted at this URL given. It will be printed directly from here, and they can access it without any authentication. For title, let's say applicant information. Description you can give, but it's not required for now. So move on to the form elements. Let's say name of applicant, the type is text and it's required. Another field, let's say for company name, it's also text and it's also required. Then we have our third field, let's say experience, number of years, it's gonna be a number type, and let's say 3 years for now, right? It's also required. And the fourth one, we can have some sort of description for applicant. Maybe for skills we can have skills description that we will give to GPT to analyze. So let's do with skills, and then they can submit it, also required. After this we can just execute this step and just go to this URL and submit a form. So let's see if it's working or not. So we have our form here. Let's say the name, my name, the company name, experience, and just add some skills here. So it's not very detailed, but you can do more detailed versions of this form with more fields. Let's just pass this data for now and see if this node is working or not. So we have got our data and it's in JSON format. So we have completed a complete form that takes in data. Now we have to add ChatGPT to this to actually analyze this information for a given job posting. So you can go into this apps, you can go for GPT, and then there are so many options here: create assistants and analyze image, generate image. For now we just need to send a message and get a response. So I'm gonna do message, and then we can create a credential for us. You just have to add your API key of ChatGPT here. It's around $5 and you can get started. You can add your API key here, right, and just save it. After this you can select a model. Let's go for a cheap one like ChatGPT 4o mini. So this model will cost you a lot less than other models. Now let's say add a prompt, analyze this given info against this job posting, right? Let's compare it for front-end development, right? For experience for about 3 years. Let's see, and also we can have it rate our profile against that posting on a scale of 5. Right. After this you can drag and drop this information from our form into this prompt. So let's just provide the info in the correct format so it can actually analyze. What I'm gonna do is with comma separated values. Let's just drag and drop these fields here: name, company name, then you have these experience and skills, and in the result you can see what your prompt actually looks like. So we are done with our prompt, and see if this is working or not. And and the prompt type is user. You can check my previous videos on prompt roles. What are user roles, system roles, assistant roles. For now I'm just gonna move ahead. Let's execute this step and see if it's working. So whatever response GPT gave us, we have it here. So GPT is analyzing it and it has given us a rating of 4 out of 5, which is pretty good match. What we are going to do now is that we can store all the information of the form as well as this GPT response and the rating. Now we need to connect our GPT node to our other node that will store all this data into a Google Sheet. So go with the apps, find the Google Sheet app. You can manipulate data, filter data, lots of options. For now I'm just gonna attach it to a app node. So find Google Sheet. I've already created a sheet in my Google Drive and I've added the columns here. So you do need the column names first so that you can import it and send the data in these columns. So I'm gonna just append a row into my sheet. First you have to select authentication type for your sheet. You can actually just sign in with Google and that's it. After this you have to select the actual sheet from your Google Drive. And then the sheet 1 from my document, right? After this it will fetch our columns and we can just drag and drop the values from our form as well as that GPT response into this form. Just goes name, AI analysis, experience and company name, and it's done. This is as simple as it gets. Now you just execute this node and see if it's working or not. Okay, so it's working pretty good. It has appended all the information into our sheet and also given us a simple analysis around this profile. This is a very simple workflow, nothing complex, and it's just 3 nodes. You can do filter, parsing, lots of stuff. In the later videos I'll be explaining more complex workflows and automations, but for now you can get started with this project only. It will take you around an hour to complete this, and I also add the link in the description of this video for this template. And see you guys in the next video. Please like and subscribe if you want me to continue this series. Thank you guys.